Hello everyone, this is Tim from Clustaar and I'm here to show you how to use entities. Entities are a very important concept in the Clustaar platform. They can be used for two things, either to handle synonyms in an intent or to remember information in the conversation. You will find your entities here in your setup AI. Here you have your entities and your intents. So if you want to use an entity in an intent, for example, you have an intent here, do you like music? So you could put here several formulations like do you like music, do you like rock, do you like jazz, etc. But you can also avoid doing that and just put one formulation and here create an entity. So either you put an arrobas or you can also go and click here. It will offer the existing entities, so the ones we built. For example, we have city, but we have also pre-built entities that we built for you that you can use. Here we're going to create a new one. So do you like, and here we're going to create an entity music. So we have the value music. We have synonyms, so for example, tunes or songs. And we add it. But we can also add new values. So you have rock or jazz or rap, for example. Here you can put the synonym rock and roll. And so you have your entity that is created. And here, with this formulation and the entity, the chatbot will understand if the person asks, do you like music, or do you like rock, or do you like jazz, etc. You don't need to write all the different formulations, so this will make you gain a lot of time. You can also use the entity as a required parameter to match the intent. So for example, I don't want the intent to match if one of the values or one of the synonyms in the entity music is not present in the question. So this is how we use entities for synonyms. The second use of entities is to remember information in the conversation. So for example, if the chatbot asks a question and the user will give an answer, if you want to remember this answer, then you can use entities. So here, for example, we have a story, hello, and we want to know where the user lives. So here you have, if the user is good, we're going to ask the question, where do you live? And we're going to create a condition that says if user response matches intent city, then we will go to user lives in. What's important to understand is that the intent city contains an entity city. And in the entity city, you have a few cities. Here you have a few synonyms. If the person says, I live in the city of love, the chatbot will be able to remember the value of the entity that corresponds to the synonym. So for example, if the person says, I live in the Big Apple, the chatbot will remember New York. So for the chatbot to remember that, or to use the information, if we go from one step to the other through the intent city, that means that this entity city will have been matched. So we can use what we call sessions. And here, if we write, oh, you live in session.city, that means that the chatbot is going to put here the city he remembered in the session. I'm going to show you. So if I say, hello, oh, how are you? I'm good. That's great to hear. Where do you live? So I live in Paris. Oh, you live in Paris. And here you can see that the chatbot understood that I lived in Paris and reused the information in the conversation. I hope this was useful. Don't hesitate to contact us, of course, and thank you for watching this video.